Did you know that there are some foods that you should never eat? Foods that can make you sick, gain weight, or even kill you. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 foods that you should never eat. These foods are not only unhealthy, but they can also be dangerous. Number 1. Enriched flour. Enriched flour is a type of flour that has had nutrients added back into it after they were removed during processing. The nutrients added back in are typically niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid, and iron. While enriched flour is not necessarily bad for you, it is not the healthiest option available. Enriched flour is a refined carbohydrate, which means it has been stripped of its fiber and nutrients and can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes. Additionally, commercially available grain-based products that line grocery store shelves and are served at restaurants can be unhealthy. They are full of ingredients that are not food, like azotocarbonamide, the same chemical in yoga mats and shoe rubber, other chemical dough conditioners, added sugars, artificial flavorings or coloring, and GMOs. Flour can be treated with any of the 60 different chemicals approved by the FDA before it ends up on store shelves, including chemical bleach. Therefore, it is recommended to choose whole grain options instead of enriched flour products. Whole grains are a good source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, and can help reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Number 2. High fructose corn syrup, HFCS. HFCS is a sweetener that's whipped up from good old cornstarch. You might be surprised to find it lurking in all sorts of foods, even those that don't taste sweet, like pizza and crackers. That's the tricky part. It's everywhere. And it's not just about the sweetness, it's about how much of it we're consuming. Why the fuss? Well, diets that are heavy on added sugars, including HFCS, have been linked to a whole laundry list of health issues. We're talking about obesity, higher cholesterol and triglyceride levels, extra inflammation, wonky blood sugar control, and even more visceral fat. That's the stubborn stuff around your organs, all of which contribute to the risk of cardiovascular disease. Not exactly the kind of company we want to keep. Now, speaking of common culprits, here's a list of everyday foods that often hide HFCS in their ingredients. 1. Soda. Nearly all sodas are HFCS enthusiasts, often in generous amounts. 2. Sweetened juices. Even some fruit juices, especially those marketed to kids, can contain HFCS. 3. Processed desserts. Think candy, prepackaged cookies, muffins, and other sweet treats. Many of them sneak HFCS in. 4. Packaged fruits. Check those labels on items like applesauce, cranberry sauce, and dried fruit snacks. 5. Crackers. Some crackers and cracker-like products sweeten the deal with HFCS. 6. Fast food items. Desserts at fast food joints often have a sweet HFCS secret, and those dipping sauces? Yup, they can join the club too. 7. Breakfast cereals. Many cereals have a sweet side thanks to HFCS. 8. Bread and baked goods. It's not just the sugar bowl, even bread and baked goods might have a dash of HFCS. 9. Sweetened dairy products. Keep an eye on certain yogurts and dairy treats. 10. Candies. Many candies have a little HFCS in the mix. 11. Canned foods. Even canned soups and fruit aren't always safe from HFCS. 12. Sauces and condiments. Ketchup, mayo, and mustard can sometimes have HFCS as an ingredient. Number 3. Soy Protein Isolate. Soy Protein Isolate is a highly processed version of soy that undergoes some serious chemical engineering to isolate its protein content. Sounds fancy, right? Well, it is, but it comes with a few caveats. You see, this form of soy packs a punch when it comes to protein, making it a go-to in ultra-processed foods like protein bars, flour, cereal, and meat or dairy alternatives. It's all about that protein boost without upping the carb or calorie count. Now, here's why you might want to think twice before making soy protein isolate a daily star in your diet. 1. GMO galore. In the US, about 94% of soy hails from GMO crops. Yep, that's a significant number. If you're not too keen on GMOs, soy protein isolate might not be your cup of tea. 2. Sneaky additives. The process of isolating soy protein can sometimes leave behind not-so-welcome substances like aluminum and hexane. Plus, the spray drying method used in soy processing can lead to nitrites, which can potentially turn into carcinogens in your body. Not exactly a recipe for a healthy day. 3. Nutrient shortfall. While whole soybeans are a treasure trove of nutrients, soy protein isolate misses out on some of the good stuff like fiber, minerals, and complex carbs. 4. Allergies abound. Soy happens to be one of the top 8 allergens out there, and some folks might just be allergic to soy protein isolate. We definitely don't want any allergy-related surprises. Number 4. Commercial meat with nitrates. Let's dive into the fascinating world of nitrates, those little chemical wonders that pop up naturally in soil, air, and water. You know what's cool? They're also used as food additives to keep bacteria at bay and jazz up the flavor and color of our favorite foods. But like with many things in life, balance is key when it comes to nitrates. Now, here's the scoop. Some studies suggest that munching on foods naturally rich in nitrates can be a plus for our health, potentially lowering the risk of certain chronic conditions. But hold on, there's a twist. Foods loaded with added nitrates can throw a curveball into the mix and pose some health risks. So, it's like a tale of two nitrates. Let's get into what to watch out for. Those sneaky added nitrates. 1. Processed meats. Brace yourself. Many of those tasty processed meats like ham, bacon, salami, sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats are often packed with nitrates. They do wonders for preserving and beautifying the color of our grub, but our health might not be as thrilled. 2. Canned beans and veggies with bacon. Even seemingly innocent canned beans and veggies might have a nitrate surprise waiting, especially if bacon joined the party. 3. Packaged seafood. Some packaged seafood options might also have added nitrates tucked away. Number 5. Commercial milk with RBST. When it comes to dairy, there's a little something you might want to keep an eye out for. RBST. Now, what in the world is RBST, you ask? It's a synthetic hormone some dairy farmers use to give their cows a milk production boost. But here's where the plot thickens. RBST has been a bit of a head-scratcher in terms of its impact on human health, with some studies raising concerns. You are therefore in luck if you are searching for milk that is devoid of this RBST substance. Just keep an eye out for those labels that proudly declare cows free of RBST, or RBGH free. Some brands that champion RBST-free milk include Durrell Farms, Aravan Dairy Yogurt, Oakhurst Dairy, and Wilcox Dairy. Now, here's the kicker. It's not just milk that might have a dash of RBST. Cheeses, yogurts, and ice creams can also play in the same dairy field. So, be a label detective and make sure these tasty dairy delights are also RBST-free. Number 6. TV dinners. Frozen meals can be a convenient option when you're short on time or don't have access to fresh food. However, some frozen meals can be unhealthy due to high levels of sodium, saturated fat, and preservatives. Here are some frozen foods you should avoid. TV dinners. Many frozen dinners are packed with tons of salt and saturated fat, making them unhealthy options. Other frozen foods to avoid include ultra-processed meats like sausage and pepperoni, frozen breakfast sandwiches, and fried foods like pizza bites and egg rolls. If you do choose to eat frozen meals, there are ways to find healthy options. Look for meals with fewer than 7 ingredients, whole grains, and lean protein. Pair your meal with a side salad or raw veggies to add more nutrients to your diet. Additionally, consume salt and saturated fat in moderation, and avoid any meal containing trans fats. Number 7. Fruit from third world countries. When traveling to third world countries, it is important to be cautious about the food you eat to avoid foodborne illnesses. Fresh fruits and vegetables should be avoided, especially those that grow near the ground, as they are likely to be contaminated by the same organisms as the tap water. Fruits with a thick covering, such as citrus fruits, bananas, and melons, are generally safe to eat if they are peeled by yourself. Raw or undercooked meat or fish should also be avoided, and meat or fish that is thoroughly cooked is safe to eat. Dairy products from small independent vendors should be avoided, while those from large commercial dairies are generally safe. Additionally, food of any kind that has been left out in the sun, especially soups, custards, creams, and mayonnaise, should be avoided. It is important to note that food and waterborne illnesses can occur anywhere, but developing countries pose the highest risk. Sources of clean water may be limited, and sanitization techniques may not be adequate to ensure that food is prepared safely. Though sanitation techniques may be more adequate and enforced in developed countries, consuming raw or undercooked foods in any destination can send you on a one-way ticket to the nearest restroom. Packaged, dry, or preserved food is generally safe, as most germs that will get you sick require moisture and oxygen to live. Ready for more enlightening videos like this one? Don't be shy. Click the subscribe button and dive into the treasure trove of knowledge waiting for you on our channel. Which topic are you most excited to explore next? Let us know in the comments below.